Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Today is the busiest travel day of the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. We'll hit the roads to check traffic conditions and talk to drivers.
Tracking a burst of rain and snow across western Kentucky. That'll deliver some light accumulations to parts of our region. We'll pinpoint who gets what just ahead.
And one day after a hit-and-run crash critically injured a teenager, Lexington police make an arrest. What we've learned about the suspect. Welcome to WKYT News at 4 on this Thanksgiving Eve. I'm Jennifer Palumbo. It's a sunny and dry start to the Thanksgiving travel weekend, but you could run into issues if you're headed out tonight in parts of the Bluegrass State. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking snow on First Alert Defender. Chris? Yeah,
it's a system that is diving in from northwest to southeast, Jennifer. It's almost a little clipper system here as we roll our way into this busy travel evening. Let's show you Defender and show you where it is right now, and it is across parts of the Show Me State of Missouri. A little rain, a little snow breaking out ahead of that. The big winter storm is pummeling parts of the mid-Atlantic states into New England after a little brush with southeastern Kentucky earlier. Here is our clipper. Here's the snow developing ahead of it. Rain into western Kentucky, but that colder air that is coming on into town will switch that over, and that low itself is going to work its way toward the southeast. So the core of the precipitation shield is only going to get so far to the north, and that northern extent may be right along the Interstate 64 corridor. So if you're talking about the potential for some lighter accumulations later tonight and early tomorrow morning, there's at least a chance all the way to Interstate 64. A little better chance from sections of, let's say, the Richmond area back toward Danville and Campbellsville and south and southeast from there. But it all will depend on exactly where that low decides it wants to camp out. So the best chance, again, if you're traveling between, let's say, Lexington and London, likely to run in to some snowy conditions late tonight and early tomorrow morning. Then it's game on for some snow flurries. That will take us into your Thanksgiving holiday itself. We'll track that light snowmaker in greater detail, Jennifer, when I come back here in about 10 minutes.
We will see you then, Chris, and it's expected to be the most heavily traveled Thanksgiving holiday in 7 years. This is a live picture of Interstate 75 in Lexington. You can see people are already hitting the road, but traffic doesn't look too bad right now. Victor Puente hit the road to talk to drivers. He has our top story at 4.
Millions of drivers are already out on the road, heading to visit friends and family for tomorrow's holiday. The drivers I spoke to said the traffic hasn't been too bad. That doesn't mean there hasn't been some delays. This is expected to be the busiest travel holiday we've seen in years. AAA expects the number of drivers on the road will be at the highest level they've seen since 2007. Part of that is definitely gas prices that are lower than they have been for holiday travel over the past few years. Drivers who've been on I-75 tell me there are a lot of cars on the road, but traffic is moving just fine.
So far, it's been pretty good. We had construction, but that's about it.
Not bad today. It's not bad at all, really. A little crowded here in town, but kind of expected on a holiday.
But even with the traffic flowing, those drives can still take their toll, especially in a cramped car.
Oh, let me tell you, we are cramped in this car. We have 5 adults in this Buick, and I could hardly walk when I got out of this car to stop.
And if you take some unplanned detours.
Well, we made a wrong turn, so we added about an hour to our drive, and our daughter is upset because we're late for lunch.
AAA's projections for this weekend are that more than 46 million people will drive more than 50 miles from their home. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
A AAA spokesman recommends having your car checked out for any issues before you plan to take a long drive. Rain and snow are causing problems for travelers along much of the East Coast. More than 550 flights have been canceled nationwide today. Airlines have canceled more than 10% of flights in Philadelphia and at Newark and LaGuardia in the New York area. Lexington police have arrested a man in a hit-and-run crash that critically injured a teenager. Nicholas Kaiser is charged with wanton endangerment. Police say he pulled a gun on a female driver in another car yesterday on Harrodsburg Road at Lane Allen. Investigators say Kaiser and the woman both got out of their cars. Then the driver of the car Kaiser was in intentionally ran over the teenager. She remains at UK Hospital with life-threatening injuries. Kaiser was in court this afternoon. We'll tell you what happened on WKYT News at 4:30. And our reporters are working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Amber Philpott is in the newsroom with a look at some more of the news in progress. Hi, Amber.
Hello, Jennifer. A man accused of scamming investors out of millions of dollars faced a judge again this morning. Kenneth Thomas is charged with several counts of theft by deception. Police say Thomas was taking money from clients to invest through his company's Retire America plan, but never actually did it. They say the alleged fraud totals more than $1 million. Thomas's attorney entered a not guilty plea today. Coming up on WKYT News, we're going to tell you about the charges that Thomas's secretary is now facing. Today, a man accused of beating and leaving a man to die during a violent robbery pled guilty to a lesser charge. Jason Gambrell pled guilty to the charge of first-degree assault. By doing so, he avoids a jury trial on attempted murder and robbery charges. He told the judge he beat Derek Cassie with a rock over money and drugs. He admitted leaving Cassie in a cave after the plea hearing. Gambrell's mother said her son is sorry for what he did.
Thinking about that family, the Cassie family. I mean, they're in our prayers and thoughts, but drugs, they'll ruin you.
We will tell you what is next for Gambrell. That is coming up for you on WKYT News at 5. That is a look at just some of the news that we have in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Amber. Now to stories making headlines across the nation at 4. Ferguson, Missouri is once again bracing for more possible trouble tonight after 2 days of protests and violence. The unrest has led to the cancellation of the annual Thanksgiving Day parade in St. Louis. Chris Van Cleve has the latest from Ferguson.
Kindness came from small hands in Ferguson Wednesday. Leah Bailey and her family are helping clean up the damage left from a second night of violent demonstrations after a grand jury decided not to indict police officer Darren Wilson in the shooting death of Michael Brown.
If we want to see positive change here, then we need to be a part of it.
Vandals set off explosives at this car repair shop last night. Today, it's back open for business. Its smashed out windows replaced with plywood. Jim Bolin is the store's manager.
During the day, this is a city you'd like to come and have lunch in. At night, you don't want anywhere near her. I mean, it's a Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing.
There is still a strong police presence here during the day, but nothing like the small army of officers and National Guard that we saw during Tuesday night's demonstration. The officer who killed the 18-year-old broke his silence this week and said he was forced to shoot. But on CBS this morning, the parents of Michael Brown said Wilson had a choice and did what he wanted to do.
Then in his statement, he said he'd do it again. So
his conscience is clear? How could your conscience be clear after killing somebody, even if it was an accidental death?
Brown's family may pursue a wrongful death lawsuit, and the Justice Department is continuing its civil rights investigation. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Ferguson, Missouri.
Police made 45 arrests last night in Ferguson and 13 in St. Louis. One person has already dropped out of the running to be the next Secretary of Defense. Michelle Flournoy currently serves as CEO of the Center for a New American Security. That's a Washington think tank. She reportedly sent a letter to the board of directors saying she'd asked to be taken out of consideration, citing family concerns. She was considered the front-runner to replace Chuck Hagel due to her background as former Undersecretary of Defense for Policy. President Obama announced Hagel's resignation Monday. It's already the world's most valuable company, and now Apple has reached another milestone. What it is coming up in WKYT Money Watch. And if you have to work tomorrow, you have plenty of company. Find out how many Americans have to spend their holidays on the job.